original.
Hello and welcome to Web Crawlers. This is our mailbag episode where we play your voicemails and read your reviews. I'm Allie Siegel.
I'm Melissa Stettin.
Do we have any new reviews?
We do have a review.
Oh my goodness.
This is from S. Sapling. Love this. Easily one of my favorites. The dynamic between you guys is amazing, and I just want more episodes.
Wow, thank you guys. We appreciate it.
Sapling. We have a 6-part voicemail.
Yeah, we should get straight into the voicemail since we have so many.
We'll play them at the end, but I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'm concerned.
What did we do?
What have we done?
What have we done
to deserve this?
Well, let's get
into it.
Hello. This message is for web crawlers. This is Jordan. I called before. I was talking about how I have bats in my house and I live in Rochester, New York.
Oh, yeah. Everyone was very concerned.
Anyway, there was this girl who had called back. She also lives in Rochester, New York, and I don't remember exactly what you talked about. And the last time I called was so long ago. But I just want to let you know that, like, girl who lives in Rochester, I know that you're listening every week, waiting for me to respond. I think we should be friends and we should meet up at High Falls one day. So
High Falls.
I don't know. Let me know. Anyway, so there's this other thing that you guys had mentioned, that Dave Matthews Band. I think it was Allie. Was it you who loves the Dave Matthews Band unironically? Well,
Maria loves them.
I also love the Dave Matthews Band unironically.
We all do.
A lot of people find that weird because it totally just doesn't fit with my personality. I've seen them like 6 times in concert. I mean,
oh my God.
But one of the characters on the show Community said something about it, like they were ripping on him for liking the Dave Matthews Band, and he was like, yeah, of course I like the Dave Matthews Band. I happen to be alive in the 90s, and I happen to have a heart.
Yeah.
I messed this whole thing up. I suck. All right. I happen to be alive in the 90s, and I have 2 ears that are connected to a heart. So yeah, if you don't like Dave Matthews, I get it, because they're really not that cool. But if you were there, you were there, and you know. Also, I'm going to go over time on this, so I'm probably going to have to call back. I learned the most fucked up thing that humans do, and I can't even believe it's a thing.
Sex?
Have you ever heard about what we do to horseshoe crabs? Apparently,
no.
Horseshoe crab blood has this, like, chemical in it or something that, like, can't be recreated in a lab, and it, like, helps test medicines, and it helps create medicines, and, like, if you've ever had a vaccine, like, horseshoe crab blood was used to create that vaccine. And their blood is blue, like it's really pretty blue color, because it has a chemical called hemocyanin, where we have hemoglobin, which is red. So they have this really pretty blue blood, and they catch them from the ocean because you can't breed them in captivity, and they line them up in these, like, long lines in these labs that look like the Matrix or something. So we're, like, strapping horseshoe crabs into these long lines, and they tilt them upside down with tubes coming out of their bodies, and they drain their pretty blue blood into these containers, and we use it. So that's what we do. We scoop creatures out of the ocean, we drain their blood to keep us alive, and we throw them back. But 30% of them die before they get thrown back. Isn't that fucked up? Like, if you want to look up a picture of this, it's really weird.
It's
and horseshoe crabs are, like, kind of
NationalGeographic.com.
They're, like, super ancient. They were around before the dinosaurs. I don't even know. Like, it's like where...
I don't like it.
Like, yeah, okay, like, we're all alive today because of modern medicine, but do we really have to be doing this to fucking horseshoe crabs? Like, Jesus. Anyway, I love you guys.
Oh my God, this is crazy.
There's a part 2. Yeah, horseshoe crab blood is key to making COVID-19 vaccine, but the ecosystem may suffer. Yikes.
Also, that's not what I thought a horseshoe crab was.
No, me neither. Why did
I thought horseshoe crabs were like little crabs. This looks like something from that movie.
Nope.
No, no, not Nope. What's that movie? It's like with Denise Richards and like Casper and Doogie Howser.
Huh? that exists.
And it's about the bugs.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about.
Doogie Howser bug movie. I can't think
Neil
of his real
Patrick
name.
Harris.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See, I thought I was thinking coconut crabs, like those giant
Starship
crabs.
Troopers. This looks like something from
Yes.
Starship Troopers.
Yes.
Wow, I did not know about this. This is wild.
Well, there's a part 2.
Hi, this is for Webcrawler. This is Jordan. I just called. My message actually ended at the perfect spot, but I wanted to just mention one other thing because there's this other story I really want to tell, and it's like kind of stupid and weird, and I don't know if I want to release this brand new psychic entity out into the world. But anyway, one time when I was on acid, I saw this thing called the George Washington Mona Lisa combination face. Well, that's what I call it anyway. But this thing is out there, I swear. I'll tell the whole story some other time. Love you guys. Bye.
Wait, George Washington Mona Lisa combination face?
Well, I gotta Google this now.
Is this a thing that
George Washington Mona Lisa combo?
Washington Mona Lisa? Do they have the same face or something? Yeah, they kind of have similar.
Maybe? I don't really see it.
I mean, he was on acid when he saw this, so.
Yes.
Okay, next message.
Yeah.
Hi, this is for Webcrawlers. This is Emily from San Francisco. I'm sorry, I'm out of breath. I'm walking up a very vertical street.
Yeah.
I am still catching up to no spoilers, but I did listen to you guys read my email on a recent mailbag.
Oh,
and
which
here you guys
email?
are San Francisco. Was so funny. I was dying.
Melissa told us if we can't, Maria said if we can't hear this one, we can have her call back.
I'm just like,
Yeah, it's
I'm
hard
just
to
like
hear.
listening to another mailbag. It's just like a pointless voicemail, but whatever. I want to say, I think it's so funny that so many people like call in or write in, and myself included, and they're always like, oh, I'm rambling, you don't want to play this, or you don't want to read this, knowing full well that you play and read every email and every voicemail that you get. Like, why do we do that? I don't know. Whenever I think of the Webcrawler community, I always think it's in Bridesmaids, what she calls her friends a stone cold pack of weirdos, and I just feel like we're all stone cold pack of weirdos, and thank you guys for bringing us all together. Okay, this is pointless. You don't have to play it. LOL. I love you guys. Bye.
So she was saying she thinks it's funny that people like always
Or
call
like,
and
don't
they're
play
like,
this.
You don't have to play this, even though we literally play every single voicemail.
Yeah, and then I like how she was like, you don't have to play this.
You don't have to play this. And then there's another message from her.
Hi, this message is for I'm Nate from San Francisco again.
What is happening?
I don't know.
But, I don't know. I'm walking, and you guys are my other friends, so I want to play that. I know this is like, what do we call it? Like a Chicago podcast, right? There's a lot of weird stuff that happens in Chicago that you guys talk about, and also everything else.
I don't think I can understand this.
Really freaking on San Francisco and the Bay Area. There's a lot of weird shit that happens here too. Lots of cult type activities. I mean, literally like every single cult that you could ever think of comes through the Bay Area at some point. Google Frank Chu, San Francisco.
Frank
I think he could be an
Chu.
entire episode just on him. I see him all the time. He's a freaking weirdo. The purple people eaters, sex cult people.
I think we
they're
did
near
that.
here.
Oh, we did a purple
It's
people
just,
eater
you know,
episode.
it's a very weird place,
Purple
and I feel
people
like
cult.
it's just not getting the love and attention that it deserves from the Webcrawlers community. I don't know, whatever. Maybe I just like want to hear more about this place that I live for one selfish. And like I said, I have no friends. Wow, I really wish I didn't call back again. I'm sorry. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.
So she's saying there's a lot of weird stuff in San Francisco.
I think. Did she say San Francisco or Chicago? Oh,
San
she said it's a
Francisco.
Chicago
Bay
podcast, but
Area.
there's San Francisco stuff too.
She said
Okay.
Frank Chu, San Francisco.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
the purple people cult, which we did an episode on.
I think we did. Yeah, I
while
vaguely
ago.
remember that. Yeah,
I think we've done so many episodes.
I know. It's
Okay,
stupid.
next message.
Hi, this is for the web crawlers. So I literally just called in a few minutes ago and hung up after like 3 seconds because I'm out walking my dogs. Well, actually, they're not my dogs, but I'm a dog walker.
Plot twist. Oh.
And
I
I had to hang up instead of leave a message because this man was like staring at me from his house or from his like front yard.
It's staring
And I
at you?
got scared. I'm so sorry. I'm so out of breath.
Everyone's out of breath.
I know.
To one of your super old mailbag episodes, and someone mentioned a near kidnapping experience, and it just reminded me. Oh, this is Christina, by the way. I don't know if I said that. It reminded me that I was also almost kidnapped.
What?
A few years ago, back when I was in college at USC, Fight On.
Oh my God, me too. Yeah, fight on.
And so I was a senior, and I had gone to this party with my 2 roommates and blacked out, as I often did in college. And apparently, my roommates and I were walking home, like, obviously late at night after the party, and a guy in a car pulls up, is kind of following us, slowly, and he pulls up right beside us.
Oh God.
And gets out of his car, grabs me around my waist.
What?
And tries to pull me into his car.
Oh my God.
But I cut him off, I guess, or I screamed. And then he just let go and drove off. But so I
That's
was
terrifying.
at this point, and so I don't remember this.
Oh
And
God.
the next morning, I was in my kitchen, making myself a coffee. My roommates were like, "Holy shit, Christina, that was so scary last night." And I was like, "What do you?"
You're like,
what
was?
What are you talking about? What do you mean? What are we talking about? And I was like, "What? I don't know what you're talking about." And they were like, "Christina, you were almost kidnapped last night." And I was like,
I was.
"Sure."
I was
And they were
what?
like, "No, no, we're being serious." And I was like, "Jesus Christ!" And they told me what happened.
That's crazy.
And yeah, so that's the story of how I was almost kidnapped. But apparently, USC is actually the number one school, the number one university.
And then there's a part 2. It's the number 1 university of what?
Yeah, for what? For what? For what?
Hi, this is my web crawlers. I'm so sorry. This is Christina again. I just got cut off. Embarrassing. But what I was going to say is, apparently USC is the number 1 university for the most kidnappings or
What?
trafficking, or I don't know, something
Really?
along those lines. And maybe you guys should look into that because that's really scary, and I did not know that at the time. So yeah. Anyways, love you guys. Boing, 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 boing.
USC is known for kidnappings.
I mean, that's surprising. I mean, I guess it's downtown is the only thing I could think of, but I don't see anything about that.
Interesting. I don't see anything on the internets about it, but
I mean, I can imagine they'd try to keep that hidden. We don't not believe you. I just can't see it.
Huh. Has anyone
Interesting.
else gone to USC and almost been kidnapped?
Yeah, if you've been kidnapped at USC, let us know.
Weird. That's scary.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, next.
Hi, this message is for the web crawlers. My name is Annie, and I live in Minnesota, and I'm listening to the most recent
Minnesota.
mailbag. And they were talking about this Instagram account. The caller called in about an Instagram account of a kid in stock photos, and I had to look at the account because I'm a stock photographer who takes pictures of my kids, and I had to make sure it wasn't my kid in the
Oh
Instagram
my God,
account.
that's so
And
funny.
it was not. But I'm just going to kind of give you some insight on that whole thing.
Yes.
As weird as it seems, a lot of stock photographers take pictures of the people around them because then they don't have to pay them as models. And, kind of wild. So I have pictures of my family showing up all over the place.
That's crazy.
My daughter was once on an episode of The Daily Show.
That is
my
so
son
funny.
Is on the cover of a Stephen King novel in
What?
Germany, in German translation. It kind of becomes a fun game for my friends and family to when they find one of my photos out there in the wild. But yeah, it's kind of creepy. It's kind of weird. And I've always what I've done is every time I make a sale, a portion of that sale goes to my kids' college funds.
Oh, that's good.
Because I do kind of feel guilty using them for models. And anytime they say, hey, Mom, this is weird, I would totally stop doing it. But up to this point, they're teens now, and they're still totally cool with it. So they still model for me. And but I got a little bit nervous when I heard that caller and call in about that Instagram account. I also know a lot of other stock photographers who do this. So that's why you may see the same kid showing up over and over in some of these stock agencies because, their mom or their dad is a photographer and they're just happen to be their model. So, hope that shed some insight on that weird thing. Anyway, thanks, ladies. La, la, la.
That's crazy. That makes a lot of sense that you would take pictures of your own family.
I want to be a stock photo model. How do we get around to that?
I don't know.
If you're a stock photo photographer, will you let us know how Melissa and I can start doing stock, or
That's
me, because I'm sure Melissa
crazy.
doesn't want to, but I want to be a stock photo model. I've decided.
Yeah, I guess you can just license photos for book covers or anything really.
I think that this is my purpose in life.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, next message.
Hi, this is a message for all the Webcrawlers. It's Becky from England.
Becky!
Hello. Hello, love.
Hello!
I absolutely love it when you girls do your English accent. I don't even care if Ellie gets it a little bit wrong and says good day.
Good day.
It's brilliant. But yes, hello, love. Jolly good. I just wanted to ring in regard to the the email that that girl sent in about her phone bill. I'm really bad for her on that one.
Oh, the phone bill.
Some little trick. So I used to work for a phone company. I won't say which one. But yeah, I used to work for a phone company. And usually all the phone companies in the UK charge about between 40 pence and 80 pence per minute to ring the USA. But all phone companies have something that they can add on for you for free that makes it really cheap, and all you need to do is ask for it, literally.
Oh.
So rather than it be 80p a minute, it'll be 4p a minute. But nobody knows, no one knows about it, and all you have to do is just ring up and ask, because otherwise they won't put it on. So I used to work for this phone company, and people used to ring me and be like, why is my bill £100? And I'd say, you spent, £70 on making calls. And then I just added this on, it's totally free. That won't happen again now. And people are like, well, why don't they just have that on anywhere? And I think, I don't know why, but it's very strange. So all the non-USA listeners that want to leave a voicemail, just ring your phone company up. Just ask them if you can have this free add-on to make international calls cheaper, because I bet you they have one. Don't get any of those packages that you have to pay for. Just ask them for a free add-on that makes it cheaper. And that's it. Nothing else interesting other than that. Just hopefully that get some more international callers with the voicemails. All have a great day. Week life. Love you. Bye.
So apparently if you're calling international, you can call your phone company and ask for a cheaper rate or ask for it to be taken off.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Interesting.
I don't know anything about that. Yeah.
That's a fun hack. Thanks for the hot tip.
Yeah, thanks for the hot tip hack.
Hot tip.
Hot tip.
The hot
This
tip.
is for the web crawlers. Boy, yoink.
Oh, that was good.
This is Oliver.
Oliver.
I've called a couple times before. So, how you guys doing?
Good.
I'm pretty
Good.
glad. I am calling because a couple of months ago, y'all were getting crazy calls about I'm getting my license. I'm taking my driver's test. And I just wanted to say, you know what? I recently just turned 20, and on August 8th, I think, I got my license. I finally got my driver's
Yay.
license. And
Yes,
I'm really proud of
King.
myself. And you know what? It took me literally forever. I mean, not like literally forever, because, you know, there are people that it's taken longer.
Sure.
Like, I don't know, my grandmother still doesn't have her license. And she's like literally like 70 something.
Wow.
And like, you know, that's all fine and dandy for her. She
Yeah.
doesn't need it. She gets to run around like the freaking queen.
Life
But anyway,
hack.
I just wanted to say that, like, honestly, hearing all those messages kind of really inspired me, because I was like, you know, I want Allie and Melissa to tell me congratulations on getting my license.
Congratulations, baby.
I'm kidding. I'm so kidding. You don't have to tell me anything, but it would be appreciated. I'm just kidding. It's like a really big thing, because
It is.
but the reason I didn't get it originally was because I was really nervous about getting it, because when I was 16, that was before I had my gender marker changed, and that was back when I had
Oh.
like the F on it instead of M for male. So I was really like nervous about getting it, and so then I just
Wow, that's
kept
amazing.
putting it off. And after I got top surgery, I was just like, yeah, I'll get it eventually. I'll get it. And then I just ended up never getting it.
So it's even more meaningful.
me
That's
getting it was
cool.
like a really big like thing, and I'm like hashtag like pee proud of myself.
Yes.
Yeah, just wanted to say that. Love y'all. Hashtag boy yo 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 yo. Love you guys. Bye.
Congratulations.
Well, that's awesome. Congratulations, even though you don't want to hear it.
Getting your it's a big deal. It's life changing.
Yeah,
It really
it's
is.
huge. You feel like you have so much freedom, but then also you're like, I cannot believe that I'm just allowed to drive this hunk of
It
machinery on the
seems
road.
crazy that because I got mine when I was like 16, and I'm like, how am I allowed to be like driving through the streets?
I remember
like,
the
by
first time I
myself?
had my driving lesson, I was like, turned to the guy and I was like, I've never driven a car before. And he's like, do
Your
you want me
parents
to?
didn't let you practice?
No, the first time I ever practiced was with this guy in my my driving lessons, and I was like, I've never been in a car before, and he was like, do you want me to drive? And I was like, well, no, like I have to
Do
learn.
you want me to drive?
Yeah, yeah, but it was just so scary the first time I ever drove. It's crazy.
Did they teach you in high school? Did you take driver's ed? Or
Not
was
at
it
my
all-
school. I had to do it like
Oh.
separately.
Yeah, we had a driver's ed at school.
I mean, that's helpful. Yeah, I didn't have anything like
Yeah.
that.
Okay, now 1, 2,
Oh,
3,
is it-
4,
is it here?
5. It's
I'm
here.
scared. I'm scared.
I'm scared too.
What could it be about? I mean, I guess we'll
don't
find
know.
out.
I don't. Okay, here's the first one.
Hey, web crawlers. Well, obviously, this message is for the web crawlers. Hi, this is Brittany Bitch from Carson City.
Okay, Brittany.
And I'm listening. I'm currently listening to your latest. Hi. Okay, so I wanted to address because you guys just played my voicemail, and you were asking if that was a parrot in the background. And yes, it is. He's a canary winged baby. He's a Cornier's miniature parrot.
Miniature
His
parrot.
name is
Miniature parrot?
Giacomo.
Giacomo.
Say hi to the web crawlers. Say hi, Allie. Hi, Melissa. Yeah, his vocal cords aren't developed enough
Oh.
to like really speak, so he just like squawks and screams, and he also makes like really cute kissy noises. So that's really cute. He used to say hi, but he hasn't said that in a long time. And then like my husband will beatbox, but like
This is
it's not,
insane.
it's just silly. Like he's not like a big like great beatbox or anything. It's just silly. But Giacomo will try to do it too. Hi, Giacomo. Yeah.
Giacomo.
Yeah. But I don't think I'm going to be able to talk, so I'm going to have to. All right, Giacomo, say goodbye. Say goodbye to the people.
Bye, Giacomo.
All right, I'm going to go in the other room now.
Miniature
Okay.
parrot.
So
Miniature
you guys
parrot.
also said you wanted an update on my mom's catfish situation.
Oh, right.
And
okay.
yeah, so now we are in the beginning of August. Apartments are still being built, so her move-in date has been bumped up to the 13th of August.
Okay.
And Mr. Catfish, I don't know, his name is Gary. So like,
That's my dad's
Oh,
name.
God.
picturing
That's my
like
dad.
Gary from SpongeBob. as her catfish. Like, his
I think
name,
Gary
Catfish,
Busey.
like Gary from SpongeBob. When I called in, when did I call in for that one?
Like a couple
I
weeks
don't remember.
ago.
But, like, he was supposed to come out in June. He just came, it's like, June. And then he was supposed to come out last month for my husband's birthday, which is July 27th. And my mom was like, yeah, because we had, like, this big, like, sushi dinner planned with my mom and my brother and a bunch of friends. And my mom was like, Gary is coming to his birthday party. And I'm like, I don't know if I feel comfortable with meeting. Obviously, like, I know I'm not going to meet him because he's a catfish. But, like,
Yeah.
no, like, there's not, like, maybe 1% chance that he...
Okay, part 2. I'm so glad it's not someone.
Yeah, I was like, I'm okay with this
yelling
being
at us.
6 parts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, this message is for the web crawlers. This is Carson City Britney Bitch.
This is Carson City Pretty Bitch.
Yeah,
Hello.
so where I left off was that my mom was saying that he was coming out and going to be here for my husband's birthday, and that he was coming to dinner, and, like, she was, like, just making statements, like, he's coming to dinner. She didn't ask, like, hey, can Gary, my boyfriend, that I only
that's
talked
weird.
to over text message, I never FaceTime, never talk on the
Who I've
phone.
never met.
Yeah, he's going to be coming to his birthday party. And I'm like, Mom, I don't feel comfortable with that. She's like, well, he is my boyfriend, and that's not fair. It's not right to not have him come. If he's not allowed, I'm not going.
Oh, what?
And I'm like, fuck, okay, Mom, whatever. But,
Gary
like,
can
I
come.
know 99% that he's not a real person. But there's still that 1% like, oh, well, what if he is this, like, crazy dude and he's going to come out here?
You don't know.
Yeah, but, like, I've talked to my mom. She didn't even know what a catfish was
Oh,
like,
no.
before I mentioned it to her.
Oh, that's...
And
oh,
Show her
no.
the show.
so I had to, like, explain it. And, like, there's these people on the internet, and they
Oh, no.
seem like
Oh,
these
no.
great people. They have these great, like, stories or, like,
Oh,
whatever, you know. And they just, like, prey on people, especially, like, you, like, being in your vulnerable
Yeah.
state right now.
Especially you.
Especially.
I mean, even though he was, like, a horrible person, it's just, like, she was married to him for over 30 years. And, so, like, I don't know. I've tried to talk to her about therapy, and she gets all defensive with it. I tried going to a grief support group with her.
Oh, sweetie.
And had it all set, like, 1 week, the first week we were supposed to go, she's just like, I don't want to do it. I was like, okay. I was like, do you want to do it next week? And she's like, yeah, I just need a little more time. So I'm like, okay, we'll go next week. And then she canceled again. Like, she's like, I just smoked a huge joint, so I am really high.
Okay.
And I can't.
That's what she
go
said or
because
you
I'm
said?
high. I'm like,
I
okay,
think the
Mom.
mom said.
Do you want to go next week? And
I can't go on high.
Call her, and she's like, I don't want to go. I'm okay. I'm like, okay, all right. So I just dropped it, and I never brought it back up again.
Good for you for trying.
So, I don't know. I just feel like she's in this fantasy land right now with this fucking snail Gary.
Snail Gary.
Yeah.
From SpongeBob. Okay, next part.
Yo, web crawlers. It's Carson City Breaking Bitch. Yeah, okay. So, I'm sorry. I've got, like, ADD, and I go down so many rabbit holes and go on so many tangents. So, this is about the catfish, part 3. The saga continues. But, yeah, so birthday. He never came out.
Of course.
Surprise, surprise. So, we had a great birthday dinner. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. So, fuck. Where am I going with this? Catfish didn't come out. Okay, so he was supposed to come out, like, since they were going to be moving into the apartment, he was going to come out at the end of July.
Right.
And yet again, couldn't do it because he's in the middle of selling his house. But then, like, my mom said he already sold his house, so I don't get what the issue is. Okay, so here we are. My mom's supposed to move in on the 13th of August to her new apartment. And I was like, okay, so when is, like, I ask every so often, like, probably once a week, like, when is Gary coming out? And she usually is, she's getting, like, more and more defensive about it. So the last time I asked her was a few days ago, and I was like, hey, Mom, like, when is Gary coming out to help? Like, it would be nice if he could help move and shit. And she got really upset and pissed, and she's like, it's not his stuff. Like to move, and like got really pissed. And I'm like, Mom, like if he's your boyfriend, like, and you guys are moving in together, like part of being in a relationship is that you help each other with shit, like moving, especially. Like, come on. So she got really defensive, and she's like blew up, and she's like, I don't know when he's coming out. And I was like, okay, like what's going on? She's like, I can't talk about it.
What? Maybe she found out.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's like, I gotta go. I'm driving and I just want to listen to my music. So I let her go. I talked to my husband about it. And I'm like, I'm just going to give her a call back and just say, hey, like, what's up? Like, what's really going on? And she's still defensive. And I said, Mom, like, why are you, like, what's going on? She's like, there's just things that you don't understand. I was like, okay, like, why are you being so cryptic? Like, are you giving him money?
Uh-oh.
Okay, there's another part 4. God, I hope she's not giving him money.
Me too.
Part 4. Catfish.
The saga.
Carson City, Britney bitch. Okay, so I was like, are you giving him money? And she's like, no, I'm not. I was like, okay, I don't understand why you can't tell me what's going on. And she's like, I don't know everything about your relationship with your husband and all this stuff. And I'm like, you know a lot about us, Mom. I talked to you about pretty much everything besides our sex life. Yeah, but like, no, I'm not giving him money. He has tons of money. He has a Ducati. He has a BMW.
A Ducati?
All these things.
Oh, no, he doesn't.
I guess he was like really high up in the Marines and all that shit.
The Marines?
But, excuse me. I was like, okay, well, now I'm really fucking worried because you're acting like something's a really big deal. Like, what is going on? I'm just gonna worry now. So I finally was able to, like, get it out of her. And she's like, he's just having problems with his son. Like, his son is not happy with things that are going on right now.
His family?
And he's dealing with his sister. And I guess his sister is, like, a meth head. And then, who he left his son with while he was in the Marines, like, deployed. Like,
what?
Okay, why would you leave your sister with a meth head sister? And then he's, like, calling his ex-wife, like, a fucking whore and all this shit. I'm like, dude, like, these are, like, hella red flags.
Red flags.
Yeah, and she's like, he's still trying to sell his house. And I was like, I already thought he had his house sold. Like, he was ready to come out. I don't get it. And she's like, yeah, I don't know. So, I was like, okay. She's like, I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm like, okay. And, like, in the past, I was like, can we call him? I'd like to talk to him and get to know him or, like, FaceTime him.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's really weird. No, that's not going to happen.
What?
And I brought it up a couple more times, and she'd get really upset. So, yeah. See, rabbit holes. I'm sorry, guys. I cannot
No,
stay on
it's
track
fine.
for the life of me. Yeah, so I just dropped it, and, like, okay, and she wanted to go, like, my dad would never let her go do things. He always wanted her at the house, always, like, keeping tabs on her. So she just wants to go and do every single event. So she wanted to go to, so they have, like, cops and firefighters at Mills Park here in Carson. And
Oh, okay. Next
Firefighter party.
I feel like the mom is like slowly realizing, like, oh
Yeah,
shit,
something
maybe
ain't
I'm being
right.
Catfished.
Webcrawlers, Carson City, Britney bitch, part 5. Yeah, so she wanted to go to the event. I was like, okay, I'm not sure if I want to go. Like, you're having a hard day. Do you want to come over and say hi to the pups? I got 2 dogs, Mac and Bailey. Bailey's a beagle boxer mix. And then
Oh, that's cute. A boggle. I've never heard of that.
He's a Finnish hound, so he's basically an 80-pound beagle. He's a lovable asshole. And Bailey is the sweetest little girl. Like, he's my baby. She's a total mama's girl. Like, loves to snuggle. Love her. And then we also have a cat, Gracie May. And she's a
Aw.
Russian blue. She's absolutely gorgeous. And
Pretty,
sassy a little
yeah.
bit. I just fucking love her. So when I first met her, they had like at PetSmart where they do the cat adoptions. They had her, and we made like eye contact through the glasses, like really intense eye contact. So we had a connection. So I ran around to the back where they had like the cage and it was open and we could talk. And so I was just talking to her and she was meowing, and she like, it was the fucking sweetest thing ever. She reached her little paw out and just touched my cheek. Like, just so softly. And like she chose her human. So it's just so
What a
fucking cute. I love
sweetheart.
her. So we've had her for like a little over 10 years. We got her when she was 3. We got Bailey when she was 11 weeks old, and then Mac when he was like about a year old. And then Giacomo, which everyone met Giacomo on the first
We know Giacomo.
part one. The series, I guess we can call it a series now. I am sorry, guys. This is like taking forever.
I'm into it.
Yeah, so we got 4 babies. My husband got snipped last year, so we're not having human children.
Congrats.
These are our babies. Like, we love kids, but it's just not for us. It's not for us.
I feel you.
And with everything going on, with abortion rights and shit, I'm just so happy that we were able to do that.
Seriously.
And my heart just breaks for everything that's going on. It really fucking sucks. Anywho, so my mom wanted to go to this event. We went with her. She's like, I want to go sit in a fireman's lap and take a picture. And Travis, my husband, he's like,
I like her mom's vibe. I'm not going to lie.
To Gary. And she's like, yeah, let's make him jealous, that fucking prick. And I was like, yeah, Mom, like, I wanted to stoke this fire. Yeah, let's fucking hate Gary. Let's hate on Gary. Top shit. And so I stoked it a little bit, and she's just getting a little aggravated. And then she was talking about this, like, one cop that she thinks is super cute, and, like, he's shy, I guess.
One last part. So her mom's at a cops and firefighters event flirting with all of them.
Sitting on laps.
Carson City Brittany Bitch here. Part 6. Okay, so we went to the event. She was talking shit about Gary, and I'm so happy.
Yeah, fuck
And then
Gary.
she's talking about this cop that she thinks is really cute. She sees him all the time, like, around town. And she's like, I don't want to do anything with them, though. Like, I was like, Mom, I wouldn't care if you did. Like, Mama's horny. Like, Mama wants to fuck. So yeah, girl. So she's talking about this cop that she thinks is really cute and shy, and I'm like, oh, you're so cute. Yeah, so we're there, and yeah, we actually wound up to be like a really good night.
I bet.
She was checking out some dudes, so I'm like, maybe she's getting over Mr. Snail Gary. I really hope so. Yeah, and then we went to dinner. We went to Mexican. I had carnitas tacos, and oh my gosh, they're so good. If anyone lives in Carson City, Nevada, like, shout out to San Marcos Grill. They have the best Mexican food.
Shout out San Marcos
They're family
Grill.
owned. Everyone's really awesome there.
I want another voicemail on this San Marcos Grill.
Yeah. My husband, and it was really fucking good. But yeah, so I don't know. Fingers crossed, guys. Like, please put it into the universe that Gary the snail just shrivels up and dies. Like, can't someone just sprinkle salt on this motherfucker, please, universe?
Seems like he's fading away, maybe.
Please do not do that to real snails. Just the catfish Gary the snail, because snails are so cute. But this one's not. He's like, okay, he's Gary the snail on SpongeBob. I fucking love him. He is his doppelganger, the evil doppelganger. Yeah. So we'll just put that in the universe. Like, the salt will be sprinkled on him. He's the only snail that salt will be sprinkled on. But yeah, that's it. Like, I think things are going really good. It's nice to have my mom back in my life, because my dad wouldn't let her talk to me for like 10 years. Like, she reached out a few times, and then shit hit the fan, and I just had to cut off contact. It was just so toxic and emotionally draining. I've got a really good therapist now, and like, oh God, I've been through a lot of therapists. I had a couple good ones back in the past, and then like I've got a new one. Well, not new, but I've been seeing her for the last year. So it's really nice to have a therapist, especially with all this shit going on. Yeah. Oh, I got a question for you guys. So, I I'm sorry this is so long. I feel terrible.
Don't be.
It's fine.
I have a question, though. I've got like 10 seconds before I get cut off. So how do you guys get the voicemails, like, from one podcast to another? Like, how do you split those up? Love you guys. Bye.
How do we split up the voicemails? I think they all go to the Arios email, and then Maria
Delegates
sends them to
who's
us.
where. Yeah.
That's why when, like, you say this is for web crawlers, like, she can hear that they
Yeah.
go.
I think she looks at
Man.
the she doesn't listen to the voicemails. I think she looks at like the transcription.
Yeah,
and
it just says
sends
this
it
is
to
for
who
web
it's for.
crawlers.
Yeah. But I think like I don't know if I think like us and the Alarmists get voicemails. I don't know how many other
Yeah, I
podcasts
don't think
get
any other
voicemails.
none other podcasts are doing mailbag episodes.
Mailbags, yeah.
Man, what a journey. I mean, because it's end of August now. So I wonder if...
Yeah, in a few months we're going to need another check-in about if they ever moved in or what.
Yeah, I feel like the mom, like, was slowly realizing...
What's that noise? Is that me?
Like, pushing boxes around downstairs. So loud. But yeah, it sounds like
Just
the
moving
mom...
a mattress around?
Yeah, giant boxes of who knows what. But yeah, hopefully the mom is... I feel like she's kind of realized, like, wait a minute...
Yeah, like once she probably like watched one episode of Catfish alone,
was like,
and then was like, "Oh shit, yeah,
Catfish."
oh,
And like
fuck.
doesn't want to admit it, and is like, "Yeah, me and Gary, we don't talk anymore."
Yeah,
Like,
we're doing a trial separation." Well, I hope it fizzles out because that sucks. Have you ever been catfished? I've never been catfished.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, I've never.
I feel like I would know. I did go on one date with Neve from Catfish.
I know, and he picked you up on his motorcycle.
Yeah, he did.
And it was funny because I read he was saying on because I watch Catfish. He was saying on Catfish how his first date with his wife now, and he was like, I picked her up on my motorcycle, and I was like, that's your move, gross ass.
That's what he did with me.
Yeah, I was like, that's your signature move, you dope.
That's funny.
Did you guys smooch?
No, it was just that one date we got cupcakes, and then like we texted for a while, but then I started dating someone else.
Yeah.
And got a boyfriend. So then we just kind of like, this
That's
was
how
like
it
right
goes.
before, it was before the TV show came out. It was after the movie came out. And I think I friended him on Twitter or something. And then he like DM'd me and I was like, your movie's cool.
It's Melissa the Heartbreaker.
Yep.
Love him and leave him.
Love him and leave him.
Unless it's Martin, and then you'll love him and get knocked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Wow, what a note to end on. All right, guys. Well, please continue to call. We love your voicemails so much. And if you want to be a patron for guest hosting or hosting, the time is coming up. Please join by September 1st. And if you want to be a patron in general, the time is unlimited. But if you want to be a patron to host or guest host, please message us by September 1st. I am Allie Siegel, and my dog is waiting in the background because she knows I'm about to get off the Zoom and go for WALK.
I am Melissa Stetton. I don't have a dog in the background waiting for me.
Fucking lucky you. But you'll have a kid soon waiting to be walked.
God. Oh, no.
All right, have a good day.
There's Dolly. Bye.
Bye.
An Erios original.
Powered by Acast.